Hey, what's up you guys? It's here back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector Edition number 25, Superman from the 1978 film. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you guys if you feel so inclined to please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel out and it's absolutely free. Taking a look at the packaging over here, it's pretty much the exact same thing that we've seen with all the other McFarlane Collector Edition boxes. It's like the typical DC Multiverse box, but it's a little bit bigger, and instead of white highlights, it has silver highlights that are actually reflective, if you can see right there. But you got McFarlane Collector Edition on the side, DC Multiverse Superman, big window box, 22 moving parts, and then McFarlane Toys at the top. At the side, you have the window box continuing along, Superman 25, because it's the 25th figure in the Collector Edition wave. DC Multiverse at the top, at the side over here, same similar thing going on, 25 DC Multiverse, McFarlane Collector Edition Superman, Superman the movie. And then at the bottom over here, we have a bunch of legalese along with the UPC code if you're looking for this figure. At the top, you have the window box continuing along, and then at the back over here, you have a nice big image of Christopher Reeve Superman behind the American flag, McFarlane Toys, Superman, Superman the movie, and then at the bottom of there, you have McFarlane Toys socials. Taking like Superman over here, I mean, what can I say? Christopher Reeve Superman action reform, this is such an awesome thing to be seen, especially nowadays. I mean, what hasn't been said about Christopher Reeve Superman? He's probably the best portrayal of Superman in live action and the most accurate to date. We'll see what happens with the new Superman Legacy that's coming, or not Legacy, that was the original name. The one with James Gunn's Superman. But this one here I know has a special place in a lot of people's hearts, and it's a very legacy, I guess you would say, of a figure to be getting, especially from McFarlane Toys. I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting for this, and it's got to be a very special figure for a lot of people who have been collecting the DC Multiverse line. But yeah, a lot of people grew up with the Superman. I kind of grew up with him, but I was more so growing up with the Brandon Routh Superman at the time. But nevertheless, it's still a very special Superman to me. Christopher Reeve just absolutely gave it his all in Superman. He portrayed the character very well, and there was even a documentary about him that came out recently. It just showed everything that he stood for and how there were so many similarities between him and Superman, and why he was like just like perfect for the character, pretty much, especially at the time that they were creating this Superman film. There's nothing really much else I can say about it. This is a very special figure, and yeah, with the figure we also do get accessories, which we can see over here, and we can see kind of an odd sight to see here, but he does come with a lot of hands. Now he does come with two-fisted hands that's already on the figure. Then he comes with a sort of relaxed set of hands, and then also a set of sort of grabby sort of hands, I guess you would say. And then he comes with flight hands over here, where the palm is all the way out. And then he also comes with two extra hands here. One is a pointing figure hand, which is cool. And then he also comes with a hand that's holding the Kryptonian shard. And then, of course, he does come with the extra head over here. Now, this extra head is mainly for the Platinum edition of the figure, which is the evil Superman, and that was from the third film in the Superman films that came out. And yeah, it was just where he became an evil version of Superman, and is a little more rugged looking, a little more angry, as you can see with the face. And yeah, it's a pretty good parallel between the two. It makes me really think about if Christopher Reeve Superman ever like went on and he became the Kingdom Come Superman. Then other than that, he does come with a collector's card over here, and this has the same photo that we saw in the box of Christopher Reeve behind the American flag. It says McFarlane Collector Edition on the side. In the back, you do get a little bio, and if you want to read it, you can pause it now. Then if you wanted to count it too, he does come with a flight stand, which is nice to see, especially with the Superman figure. So taking a look at the figure itself, I must say this is a very, very solid representation of Christopher Reeve as Superman. It does have a resemblance to Christopher Reeve as the Man of Steel. And as you can see, he's got the curl, he's got, the strong jaw, all the features that a Superman really should have. The symbol over here looks pretty nice. He's got that nice big Superman emblem, and it very much looks like how it did from that original movie. So good job on that part. And then the back over here, you got just the solid blue going on. And the proportions are pretty good. It does look like Christopher Reeve's build. So you know, not many complaints on that. I will say for the hands over here, I would have wanted this peg over here to be painted, because you can see that the collar, or not the collar, the cuffs to the arm over here end there. So you could have had the skin starting out over here. So that's one thing, one little gripe about the figure, but the belt over here looks good. It's a very bland looking Superman, as it did look in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, it's very solid overall, and it's very much a standout. The colors really pop on this guy, and you see on the boots over here, you do actually get some details with the wrinkles, and yeah, just overall, you know, really nice if you're a really big fan of that Christopher Reeve Superman look with the two pegals at the bottom there. Then obviously with Superman, you really do need to get the cape right. And over here, as we can see, you do have the yellow symbol at the back, which looks great. Very much looks like that original Christopher Reeve Superman cape. And then you get the wire going all the way into the collar over here, so you can do a little bit of effects and different kind of posing, which is really nice. In terms of articulation, it's pretty standard for McFarlane DC Multiverse. The head can go up a good amount, especially for a Superman. You do need that head to be looking up, and it does look pretty good. It is a double ball peg joint in there. He can look down pretty good. He can look side to side. There's a bit of pivot in there as well too, which is nice. Arms do have a butterfly joint over here, so he can go all the way up about there. He can go down, up, down, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which move in about that far. You do get some wrist articulation here, which is a swivel and a hinge. You get an ab crunch along with a diaphragm joint in there, so you can move all the way down like that. You can move all the way back like that. You can move all the way to the side like that, all the way the other side. So there's some great range in there. You can't kick forward about that much. You can kick back and on an angle like that. And then he can do the splits about there. You do get some knee articulation, which moves in about that far. Then some ankle articulation, which is down, up, some pivot, and a hinge at the toe. Then obviously you want to count it. You do get some posability with the cape with the wire. As for comparisons here, on the left, I have Henry Cavill's Superman from the BVS wave. I recently reviewed the 2-pack with this and Doomsday, so be sure to go check that out. Their height is pretty good over here, and this makes me want to see a bit of, you know, kind of like how McFarlane did that Batman 6-pack of all the movie Batmans. Let's get one for Superman, man. Like, we got the new Superman movie coming out. That'd be a great promotional thing, you know, to get Henry Cavill Superman in there, you know, just re-release that. You got Christopher Reeve Superman, and then, you know, David Cornsweet as Superman, and then you could do Brandon Routh as Superman, and possibly George Reeves. You could probably reuse the same Superman buck over here. Yeah, like, make it happen, McFarlane. I want to see that, and I will buy that if it comes out. You got Michael Keaton's Batman over here from the 1989 film, and a lot of people consider these two to be the world's finest of that era, so they do look pretty good together. The height difference is pretty good. Michael Keaton is a little bit shorter than Christopher Reeve. Then you got Adam West at the end over here. Let me know in the comments down below, though, who do you think is the Batman to Christopher Reeve Superman? Is it Adam West or Michael Keaton? As for height over here, as you can see, Christopher Reeve Superman does stand at just over 7 inches tall. So final thoughts on this Superman figure from McFarlane Toys. Now, first thing I must get out of the way is that I'm a huge fan of getting the Christopher Reeve Superman, especially nowadays. It's a very rare figure to come by. I only know like 2 other versions that are in this scale, and otherwise there's the Hot Toys. And, you know, it's very special that we're getting, you know, this figure, and the fact that there isn't a lot of Christopher Reeve Supermans out there. But with that said, I really do think that nostalgia plays a factor in here big time. I for one, let me just get the price out of the way. This is a McFarlane Collector Edition figure, so the price is $10 over what you would normally be paying for the DC Multiverse figures. And yeah, it is a bigger box. It does come with extra hand accessories, but I feel like for an example, the Adam West Batman that I took look at, that one was $10 less, and yet you got a lot of hand accessories in that. But you do also get an extra head in here, the flight stand. I don't know if they include the flight stand with all their figures nowadays, but anyway, it's really up to you, but it is something to take into consideration that this is a more expensive figure. And I can say that I'm okay with it because of the speciality to it. And it all is, from what I can see, it's all new sculpt as well too, which is great. But as I said, you know, nostalgia really does play a factor in this, because if you're not a huge fan of Christopher Reeve Superman, I don't know if this is really a Superman figure for you. And you could probably wait, because I'm sure they will come up with this figure again, if, like what they were saying with my theory, that, you know, we could get a 6-pack Superman like we did with the Batman in celebration of the new Superman movie coming out this year. But looking at the figure itself, I love the hand accessories. I love the extra head sculpt. I love the cloth cape. McFarlane's been doing a very good job on that. And on here, it's very good as well too, with the wires in it. And for the most part, articulation is also great as well too. It's a typical McFarlane articulation, so there's nothing too crazy about that. My only real gripes on this figure comes down to 3 different things. Number 1 is the pegs on the hands. Ugh. They've done it before. I don't remember what figure it was, but they've done it where they made that joint a skin color to match with the hand. And you even see the cuffs there on the costume and at the joints. So the joint should be a skin color, and then it goes into the hand. Then the second thing is the extra heads. I really do think with the extra price point on this, we should have gotten a Christopher Reeve head with him smiling. That was a big thing with the Christopher Reeve Superman, and it's something that they kind of missed the mark on over here. I wish that we got that. And then the last thing is the sort of, like, I guess you call it the mechanics, the way how they design the articulation of this figure. For me, just so at some point, specifically in the butterfly joint area, I've noticed that it gets super loose. And it's been a common thing that has already happened now with a couple of other previous McFarlane Toys figures that I've reviewed. So I'm hoping that I get that message out there that they need to kind of fix that and make that not necessarily stiffer, but like that's another thing that I've been noticing that has been a common occurrence with the rest of these. But overall, I am, once again, as I said, I'm a huge fan of this, and really, if you have that nostalgia for that original Christopher Reeve Superman, this is the figure to get. I don't know how you would compare it to the previous figures, because I know everyone's been saying that, oh, NECA did it better, oh, Mezco's done it better. Like, with all that said, like, this is great, like, to get right now with how rare it is to get a Christopher Reeve Superman. If you're looking to have one, this is the perfect opportunity to get one. So with all that being said, I think my rating, as a fair rating, would probably be an 8 out of 10 on this figure. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you haven't already, and let me know who your favorite Superman actor is. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as every YouTuber begs you to do, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.